Oh man, I love it. It's like the it's like the United Nations here. How many of you not from Estonia make a sound? How many of you from Estonia make a sound? Look at that. Any Indians in the room out there? Come on, make a sound. Look at that. I come from India too. Let me tell you something about these guys. If you're sitting next to them, you're going to learn something interesting. So once Einstein and this Indian man, they got on a plane together. And Einstein was getting bored. He's sitting with this guy. So he looks at the man and says, hey, let's play a game. The Indian man says, okay, what's the game? And Einstein says, I'll ask you a question. And if you can't answer it, you must give me $10. And then you get to ask me a question. And if I can't answer it, I'll give you 500. The Indian man thinks about it for a second and says, cool, sounds like a fair deal. I'll take it. So Einstein says, okay, tell me, what's the distance between the Earth and the Moon? And the Indian man spends some time thinking about this, and he says, I don't know, and he pulls out $10 and gives it to him. And then it's his turn to go, so Einstein says, okay, ask me. And the Indian man thinks for a bit and says, okay, tell me, what goes up a mountain and it has 2 legs, but when it comes down a mountain, it has 3? And Einstein is pondering, he sits there, he's thinking, spends some time. About 3 or 4 minutes later, has no idea, so he looks at him and says, I don't know, and he gives him $500. And the Indian man says, okay, now your turn. And Einstein says, no, wait, tell me, what goes up a mountain, has 2 legs, and comes down and has 3 legs? And the Indian man pulls out $10 and gives it to him. These are crazy people out there, and it's a crazy country that we live in. But I used to live in Los Angeles, and once I was going surfing off the beach of Santa Monica. Now, I should tell you that boards are not one of the things in the Indian culture. We were too busy playing with our flying carpets and all of that while you were doing the board. So we're not used to boards. And I was learning how to surf on Santa Monica Beach. And I go out, and it was about 3 of my other trainees and my coach. And I was the first one to get on my board, we paddle out, and we're crossing the wake and going out into the open waters, waiting for the rest of the guys to come in. So now I'm out there, I'm sitting on my board, and I'm sitting flat on it with my feet in the water and my bum on the board. And as I sit there, a quick sidebar, all I did the night before that, was watch episode after episode of Shark Week on YouTube. And by the way, if you ever are going surfing in Santa Monica, which is known for great whites, don't do that. So now I'm there, and as I'm thinking about everything I saw the night before, the only thing, and I don't know why, the music started playing. My heart's just going, in my head it's going, pum, 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 pum. I'm seeing the guys, I'm miles away from the shore. Not miles away, I'm quite far away from the shore, and my feet are in the water. I'm thinking I look like a seal, like I'm the most delicious thing to a shark right now, and I'm panicking. The music's getting faster, my heart's beating faster, it's in my chest, I can't, and right before I'm about to explode, I turn around and there's a fin that pops out right behind me. And this fin's coming closer, it's coming closer, and the music in my head is now just it's just going crazy, my heart's beating. I turn around, the fin's coming closer, 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 boom! It's a dolphin. The dolphin pops out and swims away. And as if that wasn't enough, I ended up booking a trip to the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador. Now, has anyone been to the Galapagos here? It's extraordinary, and it was one of my dreams since I was a child to go there, and I could finally afford it. I booked myself with my business partner from India, and we go to the Galapagos. Now, it's an extraordinary place. You fly into Quito, and then you take a boat, go to the Galapagos, and it was for me, it was a gratifying experience, because this was like my temple. If there was a God, I treated Darwin like it. And I'm there, I'm enjoying the experience, and I had to go diving. So I go to a dive shop, and the guy tells me, hey, look, the surf's the water is very, very choppy. You should not be going in the water at this time, and unless you're an experienced diver. But it is Ecuador, and I am Indian, so I might have bribed him a little bit, and got away with it. And he said, okay, you can rent the equipment, you can do it. And I've been diving before. I had my paddy and all of that. My business partner has none of it. And I convince him that it's safe to go. We get on the boat, and we're on our way there. And when you're on this boat, you have an opportunity to talk to the other divers. And there's one of these very, very experienced divers with us, and he's there. And while we're going there, I just happened to ask him, hey, there's no sharks in the water, right? And he looks at me, and I can't do a German accent, but he says, only if we're lucky. And I said, oh shit, is there going to be sharks there? What do you mean? What do you mean there's sharks? And before I know it, we get to the place where we're going to dive. Extremely choppy waters, the current's really strong. We put on our regulators, we dive in, and I kid you not, we get out. right when we get out, I'm about 30 yards away from the boat. Everyone's all over the place. Water is extremely crazy, so we have to get together, put a line in, and literally pull ourselves down all the way to the ocean floor. While we're there, there's commotion, but I'm expecting like this meditation, this deep breathing. You're in the water. It's supposed to be awesome. When my trainer, my dive master, taps me on the shoulder, I look around and he does this. Now this to you, I don't know is what, but this to me is the music coming right back on in my head, and I'm panicking. I turn around and there's a 6-meter long shark coming straight at me, and the shark is about 2 meters, not 2 meters, 2 feet away, and it just makes a 180 and turns around. I feel myself I don't know if you've ever worn a wetsuit and had matter come out, and it was horrible. And I shit myself in my wetsuit, and I throw up in my regulator. It was the most death-defying experience I've ever had. I pull out my regulator, it's all over the place. My goggles are all over the place. I take them out. I can't put the regulator back in. My dive master is helping me. We finally put it back in, and we had to surface. Luckily, no bends, none of that, but we surfaced. We got on the boat. My dive master, he was an ever so sweet guy. He didn't speak much English, but we chatted, and he said, "Yash, what happened?" And I said, I see the shark and this music comes on, and he looks at me. And the only thing he said was, "Change the music." I don't know if you feel this, but he said, "Change the music." And the importance of that to me has been there through my life. Since then, every time I go in the water, all I'm thinking of is like Rocky Balboa. I'm like, "Eye of the tiger." Yeah, "Eye of the tiger." It's playing in my head. I've taken selfies with the sharks. I've dove with the great white sharks in South Africa. I was diving in Malaysia, then I was diving in Thailand, sharks in Fiji. Everywhere, nothing comes up anymore. All I had to do was what? Change the music. Just like the fear of talking on stage. It's just the music that's in someone's head when they come up, and the transformation that we've seen over the past 5 days is incredible. It's absolutely incredible, because I saw these people. I saw some people come up and they couldn't introduce themselves. "Hi, my name is Yash." They couldn't do that. I was poor at it. And today when you see these guys, they've absolutely transformed because the music has changed. And now when you come up on stage, all you hear is the music that Jorgen's going to play once we're done. And that music, if you notice, is inspirational. Change the music, guys, and there's absolutely nothing that is impossible. Thank you. I saw that.
Thank you, Yash. I actually think that I was lifting my feet a little bit when you started the music. So, what a funny way to deliver such a powerful message. That was amazing. Well done, Yash.
Yes, Yash, I enjoyed the entire talk, all of the humor throughout, but I especially loved the way you landed the story, and that you got a call back from the audience, which helps reinforce the lesson for all of us. Thank you.
That was outstanding. It was outstanding from the way you dropped the line on the Einstein story right through to the end. Every bit of it, it was like you've been doing this for years. And here's what none of you know, and I don't even know if you guys saw what happened there. One of the things that we prepare for is the reality that things go wrong, not just so that you can say no problem before you go on the stage, but so that you have to say no problem once you're on stage. And so we changed his time. He got a 1-minute time warning that he had 1 minute to go, and then after that we showed him a 2-minute time warning. And he integrated it seamlessly without you knowing that he received these time warnings. He integrated it like a complete professional. Yash, well done. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.